Okay. Welcome, everybody. I'm Ryan, and I'm with the Evergreen team here. And we're excited to share a few different products with you. We think we've found some really interesting folks out there doing some really cool work with pushing teaching and learning and support for students and support for teachers and even operations. And so we're excited to share four teams today: Breshna, Buddies, Phobiz, and School AI. And so without a lot of to do, I'm just going to pass it over to the Breshna team and let them talk to us. The format for today, just so you know, we'll do about a 10-minute pitch and then about 4 minutes of Q&A. So if you've got a question, you can put it in the chat, and or you can raise your hand. But we'll do 10 minutes and then four, and then we'll pass over to the next team. It's going to be fast hitting and a lot of fun. So okay, Team Breshna, take it over.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So actually, before we dive in, I do want to thank you as well as everybody who made SequoiaCon like a success so far. It's been really cool. And I'm really excited not only to show my stuff, but also to hear everybody else's. It's going to be really cool. So I personally, I'm Lindsay. I'm Chief of Staff here at Breshna.io, and we are a no-code gaming platform that empowers teachers to be able to create video games with no code, no cost, at lightning speed, and in any language that is completely tailored to your curriculum. So this right here that you're seeing is the Breshna.io website. This is our homepage. If you scroll down just a little bit, you'll see all of our different game templates. These are just different types of game mechanics that you can choose from to help to teach your classes and teach your courses. So we've got things like tile matching games, like this is a Hangman, not Super Mario, that's kind of like this. What is this? Space Invaders, driving games. We've got all sorts of word games and stuff like that. So it's really fun, and it's really like a really good way to engage your students, right? So if I come in here and I look at this, we're going to do a super quick rundown on how this works. So I can come in onto the side and you can see I've got a background. I've got like a little person here. All I have to do to change and edit my avatar is click. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to choose a bunch of different animals or whatever it is that I want. We aim to have a ton of diversity in this. So we are doing that like on purpose. We definitely want to make all of this very diverse. You can change your backgrounds. You can come in, you can make it a school, you can make it, a snowy Christmas theme, whatever you want to make it. You can change what she's standing on, stuff like that. And then you can also add music. I'm going to show collectibles in just a second. And so it's very easy for you to fully customize all of this and really tailor it to your classes. So if I wanted to, I could talk here about like, what are even and odd numbers? And then here I could tell them, I am going to have you collecting even numbers. And then maybe here I give them a little bit of like, when you're sharing candy with friends and there's enough for just the two of you and there's nothing left over, then that's amazing. Like that's what even numbers are, right? So we have these different collectibles that are kind of already populated. I'm going to get rid of those, and I'm actually going to show you into our education thing. We've got a whole bunch of different assets, a whole bunch of different things to choose. So I'm just going to put a bunch of even numbers as my collectibles. Then I can come over to the other side and I can add a bunch of odd numbers as my collectibles or as my non-collectibles. So these are things that they're going to avoid. These are things that they're going to collect. So this is a super like lightning round through this. I am going to show you, this is even chase. This is essentially what we would have just made. So you could have something that level intro says, help Kathy the cat collect even numbers and avoid odd ones. Remember what even numbers are, stuff like that. And then as this loads, it's actually got the game mechanic behind it, and it's going to pull all of our little assets here. So now my little cat is going through and she's collecting even numbers and dodging odd numbers. And every time I hit an odd number, I die. And then this little answer is your closing answer. It's great for giving more feedback, or like for some extra credit, maybe you can add this aspect, right? So we've got a bunch of different ones, and I'm actually going to show you one thing that I had ChatGPT help me with, which is a puzzle game. So I actually had ChatGPT generate this very cute game of these kids in class. And then I just asked it, give me 12 different terms for chemistry and lab safety hints with hints to help people guess what they are. Make this at a 6th grade level. Didn't love these ones, so I had it repeat with generic 6th grade chemistry terms. And I found these, I thought they were awesome. So I went into our puzzle peel template here. Oh, my share thing is getting in the way. And I uploaded this background. So it was generated from chat. I got to upload it here, right here. And you can see I've uploaded a bunch of these different puzzles, right? So I could, if I wanted to, I could change this out, or I could keep it there, change my background, change my music, all exactly the same. And in this one, you're actually having students answer questions in order to unveil the puzzle. So right here in our puzzle peel, I'm just going to show you super fast what this actually looks like. So you go through and you know your chemistry, fill in the chemistry related terms to reveal the classroom, revisit chapter 4 if you get stuck. So there's lots of little ways that you can help them find the answers outside of this. So here I would go ahead and click all of these so that they open on the unlock button. But on the locked buttons, it'll do something like this. When 2 or more atoms join together, they form this, right? And that is a molecule. And then we can come here, unlock, and that starts to unveil the rest of the puzzle. And of course, they would go through and they would work to do the rest of it. So what's really cool about all of this is we actually also have in our dashboard. Oh no, I just logged out. That was a really bad idea. Okay, we're going to skip that, but I will show you, we have a teacher guide that is really cool. We absolutely love this. So this teacher guide is literally how you can use these Breshna games in your classroom. So if I come down here, all of this first part is like really getting into the nitty-gritty of how you can use it. Of course, we do have tutorials for every template, so you can really dive deep into all of these. And then we come through and we can do all sorts of stuff in classrooms, right? We can do projects where you have half the class doing a game on one thing, half the class making a game on the other, and then they share the games afterwards. So there's a lot of communication in this. There's a lot of kind of self-responsibility because you're creating the games. You can do things like divide and conquer, where each group, bunch of different groups, they have one chapter or maybe one aspect of a chapter. So each one creates their own game and then they share it across the board. And again, you know, you get a lot of like interaction. My favorite personally is playing in the real world, where we actually encourage students to go out and pitch their game making skills to organizations and say, hey, you know, you're a dentist office. I will make you a game all about gingivitis and keeping your teeth clean, so that you can have healthier habits on teeth cleanliness and stuff like that. So it's a really fun way for them to get experience. You can also add upon these games. So if one person creates a game, you can actually just send out the URL that you see in the editor, and another person can add on top of that. Now that won't change the original game that you've created. So you can see each student's progress as the game goes forward. So you can see person A did this, person B added this, or they changed this, stuff like that, which is really fun. And then of course you can do them as homework assignments. You can do game creation as the homework assignment. So you go and you've created or you've taught them all sorts of stuff, and now they have to go home and make a couple of games based off of what they've learned. You can do gameplay, where you have created a whole bunch of different games, and then they can go and play the games. And then of course we have all sorts of different things for you to be able, excuse me, for you to be able to use these as tests and kind of evaluation. So there's a whole dashboard that you can look into, and you can get all of the emails and the names of your students, as well as how they did on each thing. So that is Breshna. We're very excited. All of this is very, very cool. And let me come back right here. Sorry, go ahead. I think I'm at my 10 minutes.
Yeah, you got 1 minute left. We're happy to get any
Oh.
questions as you finish up. Go for it.
Cool. Yeah, awesome. I mean, let me just go back really quick and look through kind of all of these. So one of these really cool things here, this is just a multiple choice question, right? So you can go all the way down to multiple choice quizzes, or get really complex with things like Runner Rave, where it's Super Mario. You can do a scavenger hunt where you're leading them along this little grassy field, and then they're answering questions along the way as they go through it. There's all sorts of different things that you can use, and it's really, really fun. We find it really exciting as well. We have, like, we're in the process of signing an MOU with Beacon House School Systems, which is actually one of the biggest in the world. We're very excited about it. There's over 300,000 students in that in that school system, and we are just absolutely thrilled to be able to work with them. So we're really excited that we're, integrating with a bunch of other districts. We're integrating with a bunch of school systems, as well as we're seeing a lot of people out in the Middle East create math and science games in Arabic, because those really aren't available on the App Store, but they are available if you make them here on Breshna.io. So
Cool.
that's us. I hope your game.
I love that. If there are any questions, pop them in. I've got a quick one. A couple. Well, I mean, I've got many, but one is who do you find tends to resonate most with your games? Is it more elementary, middle school, high school? Who's picking this up and really loving it right now?
It's interesting. We actually have it kind of all the way across. So I think if we were to say one, probably elementary school is the one that utilizes it the most. Beacon House goes all the way up through high school, and so they are actually fully planning on using it and utilizing it through higher education, or through high school rather. But we actually have a couple of people who are in higher education as well that are utilizing it, and so that's been really neat. We have one woman who is the dean of a college who is kind of looking into integrating these things, because learning is so much better when you can play it. Play is so much better at like keeping things in your head. Retention is so much better. So, she's starting to integrate these into her higher education. But if I had to choose just one, I would probably choose elementary.
Cool. Um, I'll go again since I don't see any in the chat. Do people how do people pay? What does it look like to get started? And yeah, talk about the financial side of things.
Yeah, absolutely. So right now it's completely free to go on and make your own games. You can make as many as you want. So the way that we actually generate our revenue is through a subscription, which we'll be releasing soon. We're actually unlocking all of these just in the next year. So there's subscription. This is going to be a freemium model. It will always be free to create games, but then there will have premium assets, premium templates, and things like that, as well as you can actually start to customize the URLs that you send out your games on. Right now, you can just copy and paste the link for the game, and you can send it out anywhere. So if you have like a homework platform, it's really, really easy for you to be able to put it in that. But eventually, when we have that subscription, you'll be able to actually customize it. We also have two big things that are coming out. So one is really exciting. Well, they're both exciting. Is our Breshnaverse. It's a carnival-themed metaverse where you can own carnival stands and then showcase and monetize the games that you've created from those carnival stands. So what's really cool is the carnival stand comes with a big plot. You can actually have class in that plot, and you do all sorts of stuff. And then at the end of class, you go, okay, everybody, go to the carnival stand that looks like this, actually, and play all the games. And it's all based off of the topic that we're working on today. We're also releasing an AI text-to-game engine, which is literally basically like the ChatGPT for games. You can put in a text prompt and you'll get out a full game in return, which is really cool. Our MVP is out right now at breshna.io /blitz. So you can check that out if you want. And so all of these things, you'll be able to purchase your carnival stand in the marketplace. You'll be able to monetize your games, and of which we take a small rev share. So we've got marketplace sales, we've got rev share, we've got subscriptions, and we are also doing in-game advertisements, both in the Breshnaverse as well as within our game. So if you are a subscription, a premium member, you won't see any of those ads. Eventually those ads will start to increase, and if you're freemium, you might see them. And so those are the 4 revenue streams we're unlocking this year.
So cool.